just in delivery today from the mod shop at Charlie's Motorcycles, and it's a suspension upgrade for all Royal Alloy scooters. This is the company that are manufacturing them. It's by Tubo, which is an Italian company. They've been making top quality suspension units since 1963. They may not be a household name here, but they actually hold the a world championship and the fastest lap ever around the TT circuit. So this is a company with credentials. Now, I'm planning to do a 10-mile circuit on the original shocks and then fit these and then compare that to the original. But before we do that, let's have a look what you get in the box. So, opening the box, on the bottom there. So, we've got a manual on the top and a multi-language manual. We have both the shocks here, which I'm going to show you. But what we also have here is what looks like an Allen key, but it actually has the Torx security end fitting, which will fit the holding screws at the top of your suspension unit on the Royal Alloy. So you don't have to go out and get a special attachment if you haven't got one, because it's provided. And I'm not sure, but I think that screw's been put there just to illustrate that that is for that. So let's look at the suspension units themselves. Obviously both identical, and that's a very nice piece of kit. You've got two springs on here, progressive compression, and nicely coloured as well. The actual cylinder is filled with high pressure nitrogen, I believe, and that provides both damping on the downward stroke, compression stroke, and damping on the return. And looks absolute quality, this. And these shocks are £300 plus postage and packing a set, but they look like that sort of money is the right price for them. So what I intend to do is fit these shocks and do a report of them. Let's see what else there is here. Initially I wondered what that was. It's a little piece of bar, but people move their shock compression rings up and down, and you get a C-spanner when you get a Royal Alloy. But actually this is a terrific little solution, because that allows you to adjust your compression there very easily, and it just seems to be a very neat solution to that. You also get, I'm not much of a sticker man myself, and red and black will, well, the red will clash with my orange bike, but you get a couple of nice stickers there to show what shocks you've got on your bike. So let's get to the garage. So I've lifted the bike off the ground, front wheel here on my scissor jack, and the two tools that you'll need is the key that came with the Bitubo shocks and an 18mm spanner for that nut there. Now let's just get that in there. Oh, that came quite well. I thought that I usually use a fitting with a socket ratchet, and thought that might be more difficult than it is, but that came quite easily. Now you must use Loctite or similar when refitting these, and make sure that your washers all go back in place. I've looked for torque settings for these, but I can't find them, so I'm going to say tight when you replace them. Now, there's the original off. Let's look at the replacement. So, try the top first, shall we say? Now that needs a little bit of compression there to fit that. So I'm going to wind this up a little. So the solution to sizing the shock absorber to fit the gap is to undo the compression collar at the bottom here, right down to the bottom, so the spring is as slack as possible, as loose as possible, and then that allows you to push down the gas part of the shock there, so you can shorten the length to fit across the two. So it's fairly straightforward. Well, that's the new shocks fitted, with some Loctite on the upper threads and some copper grease, and I think they agree, they look rather splendid. I've adjusted the compression collar to take them back to where they originally were, and I'm going out to retrace the circuit that I did with the original shocks and compare the difference. Well, that was interesting. When I started this video, I was a little bit concerned. And the reason is that my GP300, the suspension setup from the factory is very good, and I thought it might be difficult to improve on that. However, I'm very surprised because these bi-tubular shocks have made a marked difference to the handling of the bike. I've took it into round tight corners, hard braking, fast, and it seems to perform very, very well. So surprisingly better, and probably no one more surprised than me. So these shocks come with a 2-year guarantee, and I would say that if you're looking for a better shock setup, a better ride handling setup, these are definitely the way to go. Now, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you at the next video.